Hey cuties! So today I'm going to be doing a period video because a lot of my subscribers are going through that stage right now in periods or have curiosity or questions, and coming from somebody who has been through it and has the experience, I thought I would definitely share with you guys everything into my periods. And I asked you guys on Twitter if you had any questions, my personal periods first, to kind of give you guys an insight into my periods to help you. This is all to help you guys and not to be gross or disgusting in any way. If you are interested or curious or want to stick around or need some help or maybe insight, then stick around. Cramps. I personally am very lucky in this department and I rarely get cramps. I get more of a bloating sensation. I kind of just have that like murp. I just feel like really full, or like I have a little bit of a spare tire going on, or if I like go out to a buffet and eat so much and it's in like my second stomach. That's like kind of what I get the feeling of. I don't get cramps a lot, so it is a rarity. I have had cramps in the past and I've dealt with that. How I've dealt with that, I personally don't take pills unless I'm in like severe pain. You can take Midol if your doctor recommends it, or if you research it, if it's good for you. I know that's helped with my best friend growing up. When she had her period, she took Midol. For me, I like to just kind of like relax, drink something hot. Some people will tell you to drink something cold or drink something hot, whatever works for you, do that. Maybe like Tylenol or Advil or something like that. I don't know, I'm not too big into pills, so I can't recommend that. But for me personally, if I have cramps, I'll just like lay down, relax, and I'll kind of like massage my tummy a little bit, like in circular motions, and just like drink some tea and relax. Cravings. I do get cravings when I have my period, absolutely 100%. The number one thing I crave when I have my period, it's only really the first day of my period. I crave insane things the first day of my period, and that is chocolate and ice cream and cheese. Like those are the things that I crave. Like I need chocolate throughout the day. Like for breakfast, lunch, supper, like I could literally eat like an ice cream sundae for all of those. I necessarily don't dwell into my cravings every month, I should say, but I do get those cravings. The one thing that I will crave every time and will indulge in that is tea. I crave tea all the time throughout my period, whether that's the first, second, third, fourth, whatever day, I always crave tea, like just like that. Just to go down and nice and smooth and hot and yummy. Flow. For me personally, I have just like a normal flow. I don't have a heavy flow. I don't have a light flow, a flow full. If you are experiencing heavy cramps or like a heavy flow or a not good flow, like if it's like spotting or just like abnormal in any way, definitely 100% consult your doctor. If you're too afraid or shy to tell your parents, if you don't have a close relationship with them, or if you're a guardian or whatsoever, please go see a doctor, because it could be something right now that you're like, whatever, but in the future it could affect maybe your pregnancy in the future, your health in the future, maybe some sort of cancer scare. My mom had that happen to her. So just be careful and cautious of your periods. I do want to help. That's what this video is about. So I personally don't experience like anything abnormal with my periods, but I do have friends and family in the past who had, and it turned out to be something really bad, such as cancer. I had people turn out to be other things, other diseases in their lives. So just make sure you monitor your body and are taking care of it properly. Pads or tampons. I personally have never used a tampon ever in my entire life. Isn't that weird? I don't know. I'm just like, I have a bugaboo about them. I'm like scared to use a tampon. So that's just me. So the pads that I use are these ones here, and these are the Always. I love the Always brand. I've always used Always. Ultra thin, because like I say, like I don't have a heavy flow. I kind of just have like a regular flow. I've never experienced bleeding or bleeding through the pad or on my pants or anything like that. So these are up to 8-hour leak guard protection, which I would assume you would not use your pad for more than 8 hours, because then that's kind of gross. If you are somewhere like, I don't know, like a fair, or if you're out all day for something, take a couple in your purse. You can definitely take those and like go to the washroom and switch it up really quickly. So always have one if you're going to be out for long periods of time. So basically they look like this. I'm going to open one and show one with you guys, and somebody just drove by and saw me like holding up a pad. There's this little latch here, which is important, and I will show you why. Well, personally for me, you can do whatever you want, but you open it up like this, and this is the pad. So that's what it looks like, and then you take it off, and usually they'll have like a sticky side here sometimes, and you want to keep this like this, and I usually stick this just on my counter for when I'm doing my thing, but sometimes there'll be a sticker you need to remove there. You put this directly on your underwear, and then you remove this sticky thing. I'm just gonna do it to show you guys because it's informational. So you do this, and then these wings, I always 100% get pads with wings. That's what these are called, the wings, so they fly. The reason why these are so important, and I have made the mistake before of just like, oh, why do I need these? These will go over your underwear to secure it, like so. Have protection on this side because I don't know if you girls have experienced it, but you can get bleeding onto your underwear if you do not have this over top to like kind of secure it onto your underwear. Sorry if that's TMI, but that's what this video is about, okay? So with wings are like my 100%, that's what I will always get for the rest of my life until the day I go through menopause. When you are done with the pad and you remove it, what I love to do, and I love to do it, I roll it up like this. Now we're just wasting a pad, but it's for informational purposes. And when it's like that, I don't just throw these in the garbage because I feel that's a little gross. Like if you're living with a guy or if your mom comes over, if you're, you know, anything like that, even if you're in a public place. I just think it's gross for a girl to just throw this in the garbage because you open the garbage like, ew. Or some girls don't even roll them up, they'll just throw it up and you can like smell it in the bathroom and you can see it. Like I don't want to see that. So what I do, stick it on there and then roll it up like this. And then this little spot right here is still sticky to just do that. Look at that. Now it's a little satchel. You can go deliver this to your worst enemy. No, just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. So that's that. It's like a little parcel and then you just put it in the bathroom, in the garbage or wherever, in the dumpster if you're really scared about it. There's this little like chart right here when you're buying pads, and this chart is like really important. It'll tell you how big they are, because if you're like, oh, I'll just buy these, they're ultra thin. I've done that before too, when I've actually bought like the extra long, extra large ones. So if those work for you, then definitely do them. But for me, like literally, and you can see that, like the smallest ones work for me. And you saw they are quite big, they're like this. But a major thing that has saved me, and it's my holy grail for periods, are these. The U by Kotex, Barely There. There's so many of them in here. 60. There's 60 in here. They're cute colors. I'll show you. There's like a green one like this. Pink ones, there's purple ones, blue ones, there's so many. Or what I wear on my lighter days. So like the last 2 days of my period, it's not as heavy and I don't need to wear like a big thick diaper on my underwear when it's just like spotting or like there a little bit. That's what these look like. See how they're so thin. They're super thin, but they are absorbent. They really are. They look like that and they have those little scent guards there. And they're just almost like they say, a liner. So you just stick it on there and it's for your lighter days and not have that big diaper feeling. Those are my holy grail. Smell. People are always concerned about the smell, like it smells like period, it's gross. How do you combat the smell? Make sure you are cleansing and bathing yourself. When I have my period, I have a bath once a day, just to like, you know, clean it out and be like, cool. Because I don't like the smell of a period smell, not at all, boo, bye. I change my pad regularly throughout the day, and these things are also amazing. Maybe if you can't have a bath that day, maybe if you're running out of the house, or maybe if you just want, you know, like a nice smelling things. These Playtex, I don't know exactly what they're called, but I show you guys in a clip right here. You can buy these at Walmart and they're not too expensive. There's a whole bunch of them. They almost look like baby wipes, but they're basically essentially a baby wipe. So you just take them and they're a thin sheet like this. They smell so good and they're just a feminine wipe to get any gross scent. It'll just like kind of make you smell a little bit better. I don't use these often because I can, you know, bathe every day, and I do when I have my period and change my pad regularly. But there are the days when you're like running out of the house and you're like, oh my god, like I don't have time to bath. Maybe you woke up for school late and you just put on a fresh pad and you're like, or take one of these with you if it stays nice and moist. Do you guys love that word? Moist. Anyways, that looks like that. They actually smell really good. Like, use it as perfume. That's all for my period. My periods last about 5-ish days. I get my period on a Wednesday and it's usually done by the Monday. I always will get mine on a Wednesday because I use birth control, and when you're on birth control, most of the time, the majority of the time, you will get your period on the specific date that's there. So I always get my period on Wednesday. Let's see if you guys have any questions. At Grande Pugs, how do you deal with cramps? I've already explained that. Alexis_Maddie, should I tell my friends when I get my period? That is up to you. If you're close with your friends and maybe you want to be like, hey, I got my period. I did that personally. Yeah, just if you're close with your girlfriends, it's all up to you and what you want to do. At Caitlin Curtis, what's your cycle length? I explained that as well in the video. At Alyssa Baby XD, why do we get them so young if we don't need kids this young? Basically, your period is bringing you into womanhood. It doesn't mean like cool babies now, but it's just being like, hey, you know, be careful because I could have a baby now, so just warning you, blah, with blood. Sadia577, have you ever like had to do PE while you're on your period? Hashtag sad times. So phys ed, gym, PE. Have I ever had to? Absolutely, yeah, it does suck if you're on your period and you gotta like run from all this and you're in shorts and you're like, cool, is my pad falling off and people can see it? And you just like feel blah after because you're running. So definitely that's where I would say these would come in handy, because then you could just have these or maybe like take a few so that they're inconspicuous, not like this whole thing. It's like, hey guys. At Sophie Squirrely, should I bath or am I bathing in my own period? I don't know, it's silly, but I want to know. Honestly, I've had that question lots, because it's like when I just mentioned like I have a bath, it's like bathing in your own period. Well, if you're like dirty, you have natural oils and dirt on your skin anyway, even if you're not on your period. So when you have a bath, you basically are just bathing in your own dirt anyway. So if it is your period, I mean, you gotta embrace your period and you gotta love it and you gotta bathe it all over you. Well, you just gotta clean it and it'll get clean. If you'd rather a shower, then do that. But I just love bathing with the candles and being like, ah. It's not a silly question, it's a legit question. And I have that question sometimes too. I'm like looking at the water. At it's meow underscore medicine for cramps. P.S. I love you and we're twins. Just kidding. I wanted to feel perfect. Well, you are perfect and I love you and I will be a twin with you any day. And medicine for cramps, like I said, Midol, maybe Advil and Tylenol. I'm not too familiar with them. But that's basically the only over-the-counter that I know, and maybe like a hot water bottle thing. That's what one of my best friends used on her stomach and that helped her. At all little Lewis, I love you. I love you too. At Alexis underscore Maddie, what is the average age to get your period / when did you get yours? I did a first period experience, which I will link down below for the ages and stuff, but the average age, from what I've been told from friends and like from learning in school, I believe it's between 11 and 14 for a girl. I mean, you can definitely get it before then or after then because everybody is different, everybody's body is different, but that is like the average, I would say. Holy, you guys had so many questions. There's like pages of them. Here's a good one. At Jessie Watt, do you ever get big clots and cramps that cripple you to the point where you double over in pain? I'm so glad I'm pregnant. Big blood clots, no. I've had the little ones every so often, and that is normal with your period, but I've never had big ones. At Sam Sparkles, if you've been on yours for a while and it's still irregular, is that regular? It may be for your body, just like that's how your periods are, but I would definitely still consult a doctor if you haven't already, just to be sure, you know, and you want to be sure with your body. Everyone's asking for the most embarrassing period story. That's like the #1 question. I really don't have one. Maybe I'll think back to my childhood and maybe I'll find one and do a video on, but right now I don't think I have any. Do you feel it's relevant to tell your boyfriend so he knows why you're stressy? I don't get too stressy or PMSy when I have my period. I'm kind of just like the same always, but I will tell my boyfriend if I'm on my period. I'm like, cool, I'm on my period. At Caitlin Homa, what do you feel uncomfortable wearing when you're on your period? Anything like tight, even like leggings, because they're like have a tight band right there, I kind of feel uncomfortable wearing. I love being in like sweatpants and a baggy shirt. For the first like 2 days. After that, I'm fine. Cravings, does it change my mood? No, cravings. Do you know if anything happens if you miss more than a month? Well, you could be pregnant if you are sexually active, or it could be just an irregular cycle, or it could be normal. You just never know, and again, consult your doctor. I get really depressed during mine. What can help with not being depressed? Maybe taking yourself out of that situation and doing something that you love. If you love going bowling, then go bowling. If you love being with friends, maybe do that. Something to just kind of like ease your mind and know that this is a beautiful experience that you're going through. Periods are a great thing that women get to experience, and it means that, you know, we can have kids and, you know, we're beautiful. Girl power. Should you be embarrassed with guys? Absolutely not. They know that women have periods, and if they're making fun of you for it, I'd be like, aight, bye, deuces. In the pulled over video, where did you get your shirt? The pastel pink purple one. I got that at it was online. Why can't I remember? Oh my god, I'll put the link right here because I don't remember. Cool. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helped you and wasn't too long. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye guys. Basically, I went to court and I bought the ticket. I did. I went there and I said, I know that it is illegal. I understand that, and I am not fighting that. What I am fighting, however, is